you thought you were fucking fighting people and you didn't thought you were gonna come out unscathed, then shame on you. You know what I mean? Like, punches are not fucking vitamins.
Yeah.
You know?
So I guess let's take it back to the AHL now, because we went through the kind of the ECHL thing. You go up to the A. It's stacked now. It's a whole other kind of level. I guess it would be a little bit thicker than the ECHL, right?
Oh yeah.
In terms of who you're going against. So I'm looking at the list of people you scrapped there. Mel Angelstad, you had
oh man, I got to talk about him real quick. So I get called up after being in the coast for a long time. And we were actually on All-Star break. I was partying like a fucking rock star, drinking with all my buddies in Peoria. Yablonski's on the team, one of my very best friends and my groomsman, Brendan Brooks. I mean, we had a great team. Not to name all the guys, but I was passed the fuck out in my apartment. Doors locked, and Brendan is banging on the door. I guess I got the call. And excuse me. Beers, buddy. And so my wife's like, he got a hold of my wife, and she said, and we weren't married at the time, we were just dating, and he said, Brendan, like, he's been waiting for this, like, you got to get in there, like, go get him. And so get in there. It was almost like my agent got us a self call up, because I was running out of the window where I had to make it to the flight. And Chicago's not that far. And so I literally, my agent said, fuck it. He's like, I'll talk to Smurf later, which is Jason Christie. And then I went up, and I met with Tom Rowe, very intimidating guy. I love Tom Rowe. I owe a lot of my whole career to him, because I was getting close to the veteran status at the East Coast level.
Yeah.
You guys know about that. Like, you're only allowed a certain amount of guys. They aren't giving tough guys those jobs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Top scorers, the big point guys and shit like that. So I was like getting close to that. And I get called up, and Tom, and I had the blonde hair and all that. I didn't have any facial hair. And I get called in the room, and
looking like fucking Jared Leto.
Yeah, just like a kid, you know, like fuck me.
Yeah.
And I go in the office, and Tom said, yeah, you know, we're playing a tough team. And I already knew. He didn't tell me who it was. It wasn't like I was getting the tap, none of that bullshit. Like, you know your fucking job.
Right.
And so, you know, I play in the game, and he goes, Gilly, this is just for a tough weekend. He's like, if you do well, he's like, I'll keep you. And he's like, but you know, we're a real soft team. We're a real soft team. So, you know, do your thing. Don't be shy. Do your thing. I said, yes, sir. Like, I was fucking ready, bud. And, you know, boozed it up. Like, you know how it is.
He said we're a real soft team. That's fucking hilarious.
We were very soft. Look at our lineup. We had like Ryan Bast, who was tough. I mean, the rest of the team are like nothing against them, but they're all like skilled little guys. Like, I mean, no meat and potatoes. Like, it was,
right.
like,
They must have been happy to see you.
No, you know how back then it wasn't like that. Like, guys kind of looked at you like, what the fuck is he doing here? You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, you were almost looked at like you had to earn your way, right?
Okay.
They were just like, well, fuck, he'll be up for a weekend and he'll be gone, right? That's how they look at it. Because they look at it like you're taking their job. Like, they're taking the spot. Because they got to sit a skilled guy, some Euro fucker or whatever, that's going to try to play on the fourth line. Like, come the fuck on. So what happened was I play, and we're playing against Portland, and I was with the Lowell Lock Monsters. Doesn't have a team anymore. Yeah. And my first shift, I know who the fuck's on their team. Like, I've watched Mel Angelstad for years. I'm in the coast loving this guy. And, you know, there's certain names, but he's one of the top. Stone Cold Steve McLaren, you know, Mad Mel. I mean, these guys are old legends. And so my first draw, babyface assassin, I'm like super polite. I look at Mel. I don't stick him, nothing like that. I just like kind of look at the puck, and I'm talking to him. And I say, hey, Mad Mel, because that's what they call him. I said, hey, Mad Mel, I go, I'd be honored to have you on my fight card. And he looked at me. He goes, you sure, kid? And I don't know if you guys, I'm not making fun of Mel at all, but Mel's such a warrior that he looked like a Mr. Potato Head doll. I don't know if you had one of them when you were a kid, but like you put the nose on sideways. Like he's such a warrior that his bones were smashed. And when I looked at him, when we finally squared off, he like could have picked his nose over here. He's a fucking animal. He since had his nose. I don't want him to get mad, but he knows this is true. He since his nose fixed, and he's actually a good-looking dude. He's a badass fireman, does all these competitions.
He's a weapon.
He's a great guy. And so he goes, "You sure, kid?" And I said, "Yep." And he goes, "All right, kid." He goes, "If you want to go, I'll give you." It's like totally honorable. And I don't talk about this a lot, but this is how I got to get my shot, or I would have been right the fuck back down on the coast. If he says, "No, fuck you," like that's how some guys act.
Yeah.
He said, "All right, kid." He's like, "I'll give you a shot." He's like, "But if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right." He's like, he goes, "No grab and go." Like we're gonna go center ice, square off like men. I was like, "Yep." And so we did, and had a hell of a fight. I have a little scar right here somewhere. He got me with a good one. Neither of us went down. It was a great fight.
Mad Mel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I fought him a lot of times. And later on in my career, when I was a little more established in the A, I thanked him after games. He'd come talk to me after games. We might have fought that night. Right. And he'd be like, "Hey, kid," he's like, "Fuck, I like your style. Keep doing what you're doing." Like that shit goes a long way when you're young.
Sure does, man.
That's cool. That's very.
And so I give him ultimate credit. Like I kind of cut my teeth on guys like him that were fucking animals.